Welcome back, chemistry fans. Today, you get the adventure of a lifetime. You've often thought about being an athlete and competing at the highest levels. Well, today you get your chance. Today, you're going to be a mathlete. You are going to make measurements of the metric system in a competition form. You are competing against me, and we're going to see how good you are at your efforts. Okay, so let's begin this process. We're going to start with some of the more daunting ones, get those out of the way so that you don't feel like you have wasted your efforts. Let's just put you to rest that I am the superior athlete than you. So we're going to start with the javelin throw. Now, the javelin's not quite what you thought it was. It's just going to be a straw. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my javelin across the room here, and you're going to see just how far I can throw it because I'll measure it with my meter stick, not a yardstick, but a meter stick. So it will start at 0 and it will go to 100, and we'll measure it in centimeters. So here I am against the wall, so we're both starting fair. You will do the same thing. There you go. So now I'm going to measure 10 or 100, 200, 300, 356 centimeters. Oh, you thought you were good. Not so good. All right. So compete against 356. Let's see what you can do against that. Now, we're going to do the shot put. The shot put, however, is not, again, what you would think it should be, because we obviously can't use a heavy weighted ball. You'd fall through the floor. So we will use, in fact, a cotton ball. So let's get into it. And we will again measure how far I can throw it. Are we ready? Oh, this time, let's see if we can get it down so that you can see the effort here. Sorry for the mess in here. We're in the middle of cleaning up for the summer. There we go. Ready? So, get it off of my face. Yeah. Look at that. Do it so far it went off the camera. 100, 200, 300, 416. 416. You stink. I'm better than you. All right, shot put. 416. See if you can beat that, man. All right, last one is the discus. And again, we're not throwing some metal disc across the room. We'll be throwing, in fact, a paper plate. Well, let's hear it.
Good afternoon. The closing ceremony is about to begin in the auditorium. Could all SLE
We're not done with our
participants
competition. They can't have the closing ceremony.
the auditorium
Wait for us. We got to
Thank
finish
you.
this first. All right, let's go down here again. Let's see what the discus has in store for us. So I'm going to, out of bounds, but we'll count it. I won't cheat and do it again. There's 100, 200, 284, 284 centimeters. Woo! Those are good measurements. Hopefully you're writing these down for your data, because you're not going to be able to compete with me on this one because you missed class. So 284 is the discus. Hopefully you're writing these things down because I forgot them already. All right, next, let's do the marble grab. Let's see in grams. Those are all in distances. Let's see what we can do in grams. How much grams we have. So I'm going to switch cameras here. And we're going to turn on our scale. And it's at 0. I'm going to put onto the scale this container to hold it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that tare button there, and that's going to make it equal to 0. Now, what I have is a container of marbles, junk. I'm going to grab with my massive hands, and I'm going to get a handful, and I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to cheat, sorry. And you see, it's all in my hand. I didn't cheat. I'm not holding against something, and I weigh it. Now let's see, how much weight did I gather? Well, it looks like I gathered 183.73. I believe that number is 73. Let's see, 183 point. Oh no, it's only 14. 183.11 grams. Beat that, man. Beat that. Yeah. So hopefully you wrote that down, because you're going to have to collect all this data. All right. So that is mine for the event there. You hope to have to do better than me. And if you don't, you have to do push-ups, I think, is what the punishment is if you're not as good as me. All right. Since we have that other camera up and running, what we're going to do is a couple of other activities. Oh, and those were in grams. Next, what we're going to do is the temperature challenge. Let's see who is the hottest in the room. Well, hopefully this thing will turn back on. Well, I guess it decided to turn off. So we will do something different while we're waiting for that to turn back on. We will do the sponge squeeze. So this is in milliliters. So we need to, why would you turn it on? All right, well, we're going to hope it turns on. Sponge squeeze, we're going to turn on. So we're going to try on. Okay, so on this activity, what we're going to do is, again, I'm going to change my camera angle here so that you can see what we're doing. So I've got sponges that are soaking in, this thing is not coming on. I wish I would have tested this. That would have been a smart thing to have done. I'm going to go get a different one of these while we're still on camera. You always wanted to be around whenever I screwed something up. Here I am. All right. Hopefully that will turn on as well while we're waiting. Okay, so this is soaking. It's got full of liquid in it. Your goal is to capture as much liquid as you can into the graduated cylinder from one sponge. And you're not allowed to use a funnel or anything like that. It's just how much can you get in there without it going off to the side? Well, I didn't get that much. You could see I didn't do so much. Most of it ended up somewhere else. And if I read this, I got a paltry, 13 milliliters is all I was able to gather out of all that water that was in there. 13 milliliters is all that I gathered. So hopefully you can do better than me, because that's pretty pathetic in my mind. But I'm sure that you guys have got better efforts in yours. Okay. So next, now it looks like we are ready for the last step in this process. We're going to go to the temperature probe. And this one here, what we're going to try and accomplish is the temperature. So this is a temperature probe that is plugged into a LabQuest. It is just a thermometer. And as you see, as I hold it, well, it starts to get warmer. So let's find out who is the hottest person in the room. So I'm just going to hold this on here, and notice my temperature is getting way up there. But what's the temperature in? It's in metric system. So what do we use? What do we use? That's right. We use Celsius. Oh my goodness. Look how hot your teacher is. Oh goodness. 26.45. There we go. 26.5. Goodness golly. I don't think there is a hotter teacher in the building than that right there. So, and I certainly don't think that's possible for you to achieve a better result than what I just did either. So let's turn the camera back on ourselves, and we have one last event. This one is the, sorry, not the sponge. This one is the tongue twister. All right, so this requires your phone. So what you're going to do, and I'm going to read this one upside down, so you're going to be amazed at what I can accomplish. I'll put my phone on here as well with its stopwatch. So here I am on the stopwatch, and oh, you can't see any of that. Let's turn that back down. All right. So here is your tongue twister. It's how fast can you get through this tongue twister poem, whatever it is. All right. So here we go. On your mark, get set, go. Something in a 30-acre thermal thicket of thorns and thistles thumped and thundered, threatening the 3D thoughts of Matthew the thug. Although theatrically it was only 13,000 thistles underneath and thorn. Oh shoot, 13,000 thistles and thorns through the underneath of his thigh that the 30-year-old thug thought of that Thursday. Oh my goodness, there is no chance that you could do better at 29.56 seconds. Wow, you guys are in for a shellacking. It is embarrassing how pathetic you are going to perform on these exact same efforts of mathletic endurance. Good luck with it. I hope you recorded some of my data because you're going to need it for yours to get full credit. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye.